Hey y'all, we're back. And guess what? It's the originals tonight. It's
What
just
a
Kevin and
time.
I. Wow. It,
Unless Cyrus gets home from the gym fast enough,
yeah.
then maybe him too. But yeah, that's what it is right now.
And we always have the special guest appearance by my daughter, who's falling asleep in my arms before Ashley comes and gets her in like 20 minutes to put her to bed. So, always, an eventful time when we're all together, to
Gotta
say
love
the
it.
least. Um, Kevin, what do you got on? I gotta
So,
ask.
in honor of SummerSlam this weekend, this is a tank top that I was gonna wear when it was here in
Okay.
Jersey. Because I wanted to prepare that it was gonna be extra, extra hot. So I bought two tank tops and I decided to wear this one that I didn't wear. So this is whoa, look
That
at
was
that
crazy.
zoom. So this is based off of SummerSlam 92. The shirt says it's so hot, it's scary. The storyline that summer, I wish this would zoom out a little bit, but the storyline that
It's a
summer,
setting you have to, there's like a setting because I was messing with it last time we recorded. There's
yeah.
a setting that you can change it.
Okay. Well, oh, now it's zoomed out. Very
There we go.
nice. But the storyline nine SummerSlam 92, it was Undertaker versus the Undertaker. So basically, uh Ted DiBiase, the $1 million man. Story was he hired and paid off enough money to have his own Undertaker. They beat up the original Undertaker. He was out for a while, and then
Oh,
Undertaker came back to kill the fake Undertaker. So what a time to be
okay.
alive. So that's why there's two pictures
Uh,
of Undertaker on here because you have the real one and then the fake one.
okay. Let's keep it on
Yeah.
the wrestling thing. Did you watch Unreal yet?
I have. I love Unreal. It's one of my favorites. I love the storyline with Cena and on his
Oh,
last match. And I believe there's supposed to be another one coming like towards the fall.
I think they usually split it up into two
Yeah.
groupings in each season. I know we just finished up the first half
Yeah.
of season three, which was fantastic. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a wrestling person. I never got into it when I was a kid, but like watching it as it was progressing, I'm like, if I had watched this as a kid, I would have 100% wanted to do this.
Yeah.
I would have
100%.
figured out a way how to become a professional wrestler. I don't know how, would
Mm-hmm.
have done it. It would have hurt, but I feel like it would just been so much fun.
Yeah, it's I love the Unreal show. I know there's some wrestling nerds out there that do not like the Unreal because, pulls away from the curtain and takes away the mystique, but I also think as like people that are like older, I think it's fun to see like behind the scenes of it at all. So,
I think as a non-fan, truly, it's really cool to see it because everyone knows wrestling is a staged, fun event.
yes,
Granted,
predetermined. The
yes,
F
it's
word is not cool because they actually get hurt sometimes.
yes, they do get hurt. Um, one of the women got like punched in the face and broke her nose, broke her teeth. It's like,
The
they,
one girl, I think they did like a backstage segment. It was Liv Morgan, and then she bumped heads with one of the girls so hard that she
yeah,
just had like a unicorn horn like the week before WrestleMania.
yeah, and
Shout out to Liv Morgan from Jersey.
they do get hurt, but it is, it is something that's not quote unquote a real sporting event, but it is really awesome staged, performances that make people excited and happy. Kevin, your camera's just messing with you
Yep,
tonight,
I
bro.
know. It's okay. We're
It's
gonna
all
make it
right.
work.
It's all
But
right.
it's funny you mentioned that because like I think there's a portion where like I think what was I saying? Damn, totally lost my train of thought. That's hilarious. But basically, it's just really funny how like ESPN is like involved now because you know they would never count like pro wrestling as a quote unquote sport, but now like they
No, it
understand
is.
like what it is. It's not a sport, but the spectacle of it is of athleticism and sport, which is now like I wouldn't believe in like Like 15 years ago, I would never ever thought that we're seeing like WWE and like ESPN like put together. That's where I was kind of getting at.
Yeah, I don't think we'd ever seen that either. Oh, Cyrus must be driving home.
Oh, shout out to so did he like is he joining?
All right, we have
Look
a
at
sim. Oh
that.
my God.
What commitment
If
to the
you're
podcast.
still at the gym and you're joining this, Cyrus, please hang up.
No, I'm driving home. I was finishing at the gym. I totally forgot. When I looked at
It
the time, I was like, oh shit. I'm
it's
You're
late.
all good.
fine.
You're
All right,
just gonna
guys.
be
Well,
on the page as
yeah,
Samsung 916U.
yeah, yeah. There you go. That's awesome, though, Kevin. What we're talking about with wrestling. And then of course I have to
But
take a shout out here
what?
though to the Omaneers.
Oh, I do love that shirt.
I've worn this shirt 4 times. Every single time except for today, it has gotten baby throw up on it. So
Love it.
there's still
But you know
time.
what's crazy? I think I remember you sending me when like the Mac was doing like auctions.
Yep.
I was like putting in for like one of their shirts that had that. It was like a half zip. And
Oh,
I was finishing up. I completely forgot to like actually put in the bid and I lost. I'm
I didn't
so
How
even
much?
mad.
How much was it? How much was the shirt?
So the starting bid started at like $50.
yeah.
So I was like, I think I was like gonna be like one of the first ones on there. So I think I put for like 55, 60. And
Yeah.
then like, I would see what happened. There was like two other bids ahead of me. And I was like, damn, I completely forgot. I think I remember I was on the beach and I needed to
Mm.
get my card to like put in the information, but my card was in my wallet that was locked in my car.
Cyrus, you're driving. Do not look at the camera.
I'm not
My
looking
God.
at the camera. I'm
Everyone,
driving.
everyone that watches this episode on YouTube, please do not do what Cyrus is doing right now and drive what.
Cyrus is not doing anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm driving
Kevin, put this
my car.
on the Instagram account because this is going to get caught and we're going to throw you under the bus here, sir.
Yeah,
There we
100%. Oh, thank
go.
fucking God. Damn it, I really wish his picture was still on because I didn't get the picture yet.
Oh, damn it. All right.
Hmm.
Cyrus,
All
when you get
right.
to a stop sign,
Yeah.
stoplight
No,
safe.
no. Because
When
that's
you're
exactly what
safe.
you want. No, I
Um,
know. See,
welcome everybody. This is the best intro we've ever had because it's just a shit show. And you're all welcome to it. It's always fun here at the Manly Musings. Well, let's just dive into some.
I
Oh,
was just
Kevin.
thinking, Merritt, what
Yes.
number episode are we?
This is episode 15 of season 5.
So
I have
what
to go
number is
back and
that
wow.
total?
I'm gonna have to look at the numbers. I'm gonna have to go back because we did
We,
52 episodes for the first 2 years each. So that was 104.
and then we got like 30 something
And
for
then
like
like
the fourth one.
I gotta figure out what we remember we did for for season 3. Um, but we're definitely either
We got to be close to like 2 or 250, right?
I would say we're
I would think so.
probably close
Yeah.
to 2, just because I think season 3
Wow.
and 4 we kind of dropped the
Yeah.
ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
let me just see. We'll get there. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know before the end of the episode. We'll tell you how many episodes this actually is.
Perfect.
Season 3, we did 37,
Yeah, we did a
38,
good bit for that for a season.
37. Season 4. Oh, okay. Nothing wants to work. Oh, there it is. Cool. 37. Season 4. Definitely a little. Season 4 was only 27,
Mm.
Hmm.
but that's because I think I was moving. I don't remember what we
You
were
were
doing.
moving. You had Luca in that time frame.
Yeah.
Like we had a lot going
Yeah.
on.
All right. Season 1, we definitely had 52. Maybe even more. This is going to take forever to load.
Uh,
Yeah, this is fun. Hopefully everyone's enjoying me trying to figure out how many episodes we did.
Doing great.
Yeah, 52 in season one. And then season two. Hi, Maggie. I know. I know. Shh. You're okay, baby girl. You're okay. I'm pretty sure it was 52 as well. So
So 52, 52.
I've got it going too on my end.
Okay, cool.
Yes, we did. We did 52. 52 plus 15. We're at 183 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're at 183. We're going strong. I had a friend of mine who's not a sports person besides the World Cup start listening to the podcast, and she's like, I don't know anything about sports, but this is awesome to listen to. I was like, well, thank you. Um, Appreciate that because it's just a bunch of guys that talk nonsense and are basically idiots. So
Hey, I put this on my LinkedIn profile, so
I did too. It's on
yeah,
mine.
I
And
have it now as a feature.
I have people literally messaging me about how to make this money, like franchise it or do something with it. I'm like, yeah, I don't need to reach out and respond to you. I don't.
We're just having fun right now. When it
Yes,
gets to the
it's
point where if we want to go that route, we'll get there. But we just
yeah,
live in the dream.
yeah. We just need sponsorships and all that. Then we'll get there.
One day.
One day.
Wishful thinking.
Um,
Wishful thinking.
Well, let's talk. Let's get into some sports because there's a lot of craziness that's happened since the last time we all spoke.
Yep.
The World Cup ended. Spain won. That was fantastic. Argentina lost. There's a lot of controversy about Argentina. Um, FIFA itself, all the fun stuff. But probably the biggest story for anyone that's, a huge fan of, basketball is that the city of brotherly love just got their new king.
Oh yeah, that's true. This is very true. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on that?
Oh, I think my thought, I think I said it to my dad was there's not enough room in the locker room for the attitudes and the personalities, and there's not enough basketballs to go around. Um, I don't know who takes the back seat in that team, right? Somebody's going to have to, or two people are going to have to, um, unless Embiid doesn't know how to play basketball anymore or gets hurt too much, right? Those are the potential issues that we're going to face. Because we know JB is going to want the ball. We proved it this year that he's can be the number one guy on a team. Maxi's going to want the ball. LeBron is going to want the ball. So I don't know. It, it's interesting because I didn't see that being a good landing spot for him. I honestly was really hoping that he would go to San Antonio. San Antonio made a pitch to him. That would have been probably the best spot for him to go win a ring right now, in my opinion. So, what about you, Kev?
So for me, my prediction, if it all goes well, the team number one is Jalen Brown, followed by Maxi, Edgecombe. If and this is like wishful thinking for the Sixer fans, Edgecombe still continues to understand his role as being the young guy, and Embiid, because of his body and his health issues, he takes a step back and plays less. Hell, I think somebody pitched, he don't start playing until like February or like end of January. And then LeBron is just your main distributor. And if he needs to make a bucket to be LeBron, he'll do that. But it's funny, I was just as you were explaining, I was looking at the Sixers roster, and I'm not gonna lie, after your starting five, there's not much there. So I would
And
like when I look at this Sixers roster, your starting five, then names that stick out. You have Anthony Simons,
mhm,
Caleb Love, who's young,
yeah,
uh,
UNC
Barjon
kid.
Beachump, Dominic Barlow. I know got burned last year, and Adam Bona, and then my guy Huck Porty, who went to the Sixers after winning his championship. But
And then
and
they
D
just
Wade.
traded away one of their centers to
Yeah,
the
they
Clippers for
they
cash
traded
considerations.
yeah, Johnny Broom so that they don't go under the first or second apron. The Sixers roster doesn't really do much for me other than that starting five. So when say MB gets hurt, who's really gonna go pick up the slack there? Um, Edgecombe gets hurt, or one of your swingmen gets hurt. Who's playing there? I don't see anybody on that Sixers roster that worries me if I'm the rest of the East, if I'm being honest. So if
I
everything can
don't.
come to plan, like I said, they have a chance. But again, until we see them actually on the floor, it's all speculation.
Yeah,
Well, so my biggest thing about that whole situation is just that yes, I agree. I agree with both of you guys. I think the starting five is where it's at. Where I thought they were going to, what I thought they were going to do was try to keep the younger guys, so that way, LeBron and Embiid can play, 55 to 65 games, and then still, be in the top five spot, you know, and then when the playoffs hit, all right, cool. Now Embiid and LeBron can play major minutes and play major dividends, but I don't. It doesn't seem like that's the plan because you traded away Broom, you brought in KCP. I mean, he's a nice piece and all, but what you needed was athleticism because that's what every team that LeBron goes to gets hurt with. They don't have athleticism because he's an older player now. So that's what I thought was, and I thought, like I said, I thought that they were going to do something like that. And to your point, Merritt, I thought the perfect choice would have been a team like San Antonio or Golden State if he was just looking to end his career with a shot. Because at least for
yeah.
Golden State, because at least for Golden State, he has a shot. At least he has other players around him that were going to offensively help him out. Defensively, I don't think defensively he is what he is at this point at this point in his career. But I think he
He's
with the Golden
still
State, yeah,
he's still a good defensive option at that small forward, power forward position defensively. The problem with going to say like Golden State is they're old. Everyone on that team is old,
no,
right?
and that, yeah,
I
and
think
that
that's the
that's what, yeah, yeah, yeah,
biggest concern that you'd have
yep,
there. Um,
yep.
like we keep saying, San Antonio was in my mind. I think when we all were talking about it like a month ago when this all started happening, my thought was San Antonio, best option for him. Guy could go play 50 games, doesn't have to play more than that, doesn't have to do any back-to-backs, whatever. Figure out a way so that he doesn't have to play a ton, and you save him until the playoffs, right?
Well,
You want
that
playoff LeBron, and
yeah.
then you boom, done. Let
Well,
him.
if you also think about that, within their system, right? He doesn't have to do the heavy lifting in the system that he would have with these other teams. He
Yep.
really, honestly, would just become a piece. And if he decides to have a 30-point night or a 40-point night, it's just a bonus on top of whatever everybody else is doing.
Yeah, exactly. Um, perfect.
Yeah,
And
I honestly thought he would have been better in Cleveland going home.
apparently talked to ownership in Cleveland about stuff. So
Yeah, I don't know what happened there because I thought at least piece wise and roster wise, he had a better shot there because one, he's out of the West. Because let's just be real, he can go to Golden State all he wants, but San Antonio and Oklahoma City run the top two, no matter what in
Right,
that conference right
right.
now. If he comes east, he had pretty much almost all the pieces in Cleveland. You have a bona fide number one in Donovan, who's going to be your scorer, so he doesn't have to do any scoring. James Harden can help him relieve some off the ball, so LeBron can still facilitate. Then you still have what's his name? Evan
Evan
Mobley
Mobley, yeah.
with
Yeah.
some size. And then who's the other person that I'm missing on that Cleveland team? Jared
What?
Allen.
Yeah, I was
Jared
gonna say
Allen's
yeah,
Joe
still
Joe
Jared
Prime,
there.
yeah,
Allen.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, I thought the roster wise, it made more sense for him to go home. And if you talk about, they said, he talked about comfortability. He's back home, and as the team that he started, it would have been the perfect story arc for him to end at home.
You know what? I think
And
he
it
might
still
not.
allows him to still participate because, I thought about San Antonio too, but in his attitude, he still wants to play more. In San Antonio, you got to still give those young guys the run. He would not get as much run if he were over in San Antonio. Like he's not
Yeah.
going to play a DeMar DeRozan role because I think DeMar DeRozan would be perfect in San Antonio because he gives them an extra piece for extra scoring off the
Yeah.
bench.
But he has to understand that's where he's at in his career. He has
Yeah,
to, right?
Yeah.
He's not the king anymore, right? He's not the greatest player in the NBA like he has been for really the better part of 20, maybe 15 years, depending on who you ask and how you break it down. Um, yeah, and then apparently someone said the Knicks, and the Knicks were like, yeah, we didn't even talk to him. Like, no, we're good. I
You know the real reason why he didn't go to Cleveland. Let's just keep it 100, right? The reason he really didn't go is because he understood with James Harden during playoff time, James Harden can be James Harden, and he didn't want to hear that excuse when he's trying to win a championship. James Harden going with, whatever excuse that he gives, because every year with James Harden in the playoffs is an excuse on why he doesn't perform. He's not looking. I don't think he's only got a couple. He's only got like 2, maybe 3 years left. LeBron has. I don't think you're looking to have that excuse.
now
Not
he's
not
this
with that type
contract
of.
this contract ends when he's 43 years old. That'll be the oldest NBA player I think to ever play in the NBA.
And
Is
another
at
record,
44.
another record. He's just blowharding through. That's
Yeah,
great.
good for him. Whatever. I don't care. They're not going to win. It's all that matters. Everything still runs through New York. To be honest with you, I think New York is still the number one team in the East. And then it's a cluster of teams that could fight for 2 through 10 right at this
Yeah.
point. New York is still the outright favorite. They didn't really lose much. They lost Mitchell Robinson to the Celtics. Kevin, I don't think you guys didn't. Honestly, you re-signed almost everybody
yeah,
besides Mitchell.
yeah. We kept everybody. We replaced Mitchell with Andre Drummond to be
which
cheaper.
which is a great
Um,
pickup because he's fantastic on the
they had
defensive
this.
end.
They averaged the same exact numbers.
Yeah,
It's
and
actually kind of crazy.
his
And
numbers are.
it's actually upgrade on offense. I'll be very honest with you. It's actually an
He can
upgrade on
shoot the
offense.
three.
And yeah, he could shoot a 3-pointer. So yeah,
But
I mean everybody's back. So
but apparently, if you've
let's
seen
do
the
it.
summer workout videos of Mitchell Robinson, so can he. He can shoot threes
I mean,
somehow, some way.
he's been able to shoot threes since he got in the league. It's
He just
just
don't.
what he just don't because whenever I don't know, whenever he gets in front of people or something, just can't do it.
Deer in headlights. Put me
Something.
at the.
I don't know.
Is that what his face looks like when he gets to the foul line?
It's even worse. I don't know. It's just
I
like
know.
it's
I'm
just
not.
terrifying.
I'm
I'm
not
still
ready
trying to
for
figure.
it.
I'm still trying to figure. I'm trying to figure. You get paid millions of dollars to play basketball. How can you not make a foul shot? Like you have nothing else but time in your world to do, but you can't make a
But
foul
again,
shot.
it's
That's
a
unbelievable.
it's a psychological thing.
Yeah.
It's that whole like the psychology of sport. I remember like studying in school that's a
Oh
real
yeah.
thing that people go through. It's
I
they can put in all the work all they want, but the minute they're in front of the lights and when the game is on the line, the stress that they're going through just doesn't happen.
yeah. And
I mean, I get it. I get
I
it.
I realized for myself when I'm playing basketball is if I take too long at the foul line, it's actually worse. So it's almost like get the ball, put it down for one dribble, shoot it.
Look
Just
at you,
go
shoot.
as fast as possible because the longer you sit and start thinking about it, the worse it takes. You have 10 seconds, but you don't need to use all 10. Get going as quickly as you feel comfortable. And we'll see. Maybe it'll all change. Maybe they're beating them down and figuring it out here in Boston. We'll see. We've got,
Hopefully.
3 months really until the season kicks off. So we'll figure it out. Now I don't know if you guys noticed this. This is kind of blew up in the past day and a half. This is all about FIFA. So we're
Mm.
gonna jump ship and go over to the soccer side of the world for a little bit. UEFA, who basically oversees all of the European leagues, is potentially suing FIFA because FIFA wants to sell and create a $20 billion organization that'll oversee the World Cup and the Junior World Cup, the Team World Cup, whatever that they do as well. And wants to start bringing in private investors to have small minority share in it, non-controllable, no no voice, but they want to make that. And UEFA is basically saying soccer is not for sale. It's not owned by us. It's just a sport. You can't be doing this. So there is a lot that could potentially happen here in the next couple of years with soccer across the global landscape, right? Where there might be a lot of changes to how this looks. Or we've talked about before here in the United States, it's pay to play or pay to play mentality, which is not how it is across the rest of the world. And this model could potentially change that for everybody else. So lots that could happen here with soccer in the near future.
It's really interesting. So
Yeah,
what does
that
that
is.
necessarily mean? So does that mean like in order to play in the World Cup, you gotta pay
I don't
FIFA an X amount of money? So
know
I'm
because FIFA's still technically a not-for-profit organization, but they are worth billions and billions of dollars because all the money for FIFA basically goes back into the system, all of that. I need to dive into it a little bit deeper to get a better grasp of what this really means. But basically, what it looks like is private investors and hedge funds and all these other things that are kind of dipping into college athletics, right? We're seeing it in college athletics. They're starting to put money into these private equity firms and putting money into college athletics, which increases the value, but also decreases the availability for others to go to a game or to obtain those opportunities to see something like that. We're seeing into the NBA, private equity firms are purchasing teams. Great example is the Boston Celtics. Yes, we have a great owner in Bill Chisholm, but he also is trying to dwindle how much he has to pay. So he gets more on his return investment. So it's probably going to be a very similar model that FIFA wants to do. And they would create a brand new organization. All this, FIFA would still be existing. The current FIFA president would hopefully become the CEO. That's his, apparently, from what I read, is the goal. And there's a lot of political ties into this organization already that aren't making people very happy. And we'll leave it at that with the political stuff because we're not a political podcast. But there are some ramifications that we already know about with FIFA, with this World Cup that are making it much worse after this
mm,
story came out.
You know what it really did. What this is doing now is allowing them to, you know how they have to bid out for, where, people got to bid out for where they're going to have, the
The
World
World
Cup
Cup.
every 4 years. Now this dissolves that. Like now, because it's a private firm coming in now, it's a business. You got a CEO like business now. It's a
Hmm.
now. Okay, now you know what? Every year we're getting, like, just for example, every year we're going to every 4 years we're going to have it in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Or every 4 years we're going to have it in the U.S. But we are going to use these stadiums because these stadiums are linked to our particular company or hedge fund or whatever you want to call it. So that's what that's going to turn into. That's what they're trying to do because if you think about it, right, all those times when they were talking about the Olympics and FIFA, and they talked about how crooked they were and all this other stuff. This basically makes this a little bit easier for them to be crooked because then they can say, this is our business, this is my business. You can't tell me how to run my business and do what I'm going to do. And then, to your point, there are some political things that behind the scenes that can be done so that way they can make the extra money, even during the nonprofit, extra money on the side, that nobody's really going to know about. Kev, what do you think?
not gonna lie, I don't have much on this because I'm just finding out all about this right now. So I'm just learning from you guys. All I just know it sounds like a whole bunch of crazy that is probably gonna end up being very, very messy.
Oh, yeah. And I just read
Yeah.
something that the FIFA president basically told all 211 members of FIFA to back the plan to do this or lose out on $40 million in of funding.
That's crazy.
Dude, this whole organization is the most corrupt organization you will ever see in the world.
Yeah.
And I watched the thing on Netflix. It just blows them apart. I think it's just gotten much worse with this current president because he's just taken what Blatt did and just made it 10 times bigger. Um,
Mm.
so I'm hoping this blows up in their face because there is, I believe, a election for the next president coming up in the near future for FIFA. So if you can oust the current president, then you maybe save face and this whole thing doesn't happen, which would be, I think, majority people's approach. Um, Sticking with soccer, the U.S. men's manager is coming back. So Pochettino is actually going to come back as the manager. His contract ended right before or right after the U.S. got bounced from the World Cup against Belgium. 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago it was. Um, so he's actually resigned. He's going to be staying as the U.S. men's manager. He will be here until 2030 minimum, unless somehow, some way we do a lot better and maybe make it to the top 8, maybe top 4. Maybe he keeps his job, but after that, I think we start looking for a new manager. But that's a
'Cause I
soccer
remember you,
roundup.
because I remember you saying that you were like, "Oh, he's definitely not coming back." So I'm curious why he came back.
I was talking to my buddy Jeff, who's a little bit more a soccer fan than I am, and he's like, most likely didn't get any international or club teams wanting him to be their manager. So most likely that's
Mm.
what happened. Um, so hopefully we get better results because there are a lot of good young and up and coming kids. There's a kid down in Philly, who is called the American Messi, I think is his nickname. He's 16, 17 years old. Um, he on the U17 team for the USA or whatever, he went and beat everybody. Spain, Argentina, like England, top notch like teams. And the US won because of this kid. So
Wow.
that would be nice to have in the next World Cup. And you bring back some of these guys that played decent for us and figure out a new goalkeeper because the goalkeepers were trash. Um, maybe we don't bring back Pulisic because he can't stay on the field to save his life. Um, but yeah, we'll see. So that's soccer roundup for you guys. I know you guys aren't the biggest soccer people in the world like I am. But
Merritt's gonna have his own show just on soccer.
dude, that'd be cool. I would do that. Maybe I'll start
Yeah,
that
you
up for the
should.
next World Cup.
Yeah.
There it is.
And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about was the WNBA All-Star Weekend. I didn't even know it was happening.
I watched some of it this weekend.
How was it,
Uh,
Kevin?
it wasn't like your typical All-Star game. There was a little bit more competitiveness in this one. But you can tell they're trying to like make it a little more competitive. Again, it's an All-Star game. You know, how much how competitive can it really be? Because nobody wants to get hurt towards the end of the season. I just remember the
Yeah.
game starting out with like Caitlin Clark's like she launched like 4 straight 3 pointers in a row and like made them, and then Olivia Miles from Minnesota was like playing really hard on defense and such, getting steals and doing a bunch of assists. Um, but apparently it was the one of the most highest watched in attendance. There was 19,000 in attendance, which is awesome. Because they're celebrating the 30th anniversary of the W, which is great. They had a bunch of legends there, and shout out to Teaspoon from the Liberty for getting the win for her team. She had the team that was led off with Kaylin Clark, Asia Wilson, that had Olivia Miles on there, and then New York Liberty's own Jonquel Jones as the MVP.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't watch any of it. I just saw highlights and people making fun of horrible plays, which happen in an All-Star game because they just are messing around majority of the time.
Yeah.
Like almost a
It's an
two-handed
all-star
dunk.
game. What do people
Yeah.
expect? What people expect?
The one thing I remember the only thing I really paid attention to was the whole, hey, we invited you to the 3-point contest, and then all three of the contestants that they said they invited were like, yeah, no one ever reached out to us. We got a text message. We got this. I'm like, oh, you just said that some of your best players in the NBA, WNBA just literally dropped this, and the commissioner's nowhere to respond. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, that's I'm sorry, you're not inviting Sabrina for and the other two that were your top 3-point shooting players. And I think Sabrina didn't make it because she hadn't played in enough games. Um, which I don't
It's
even
gonna
think
be
the
over for this commissioner if I'm just being real.
oh
After this season,
Yeah, she's
she
done.
should
it's
She's
have
done.
it's
She's
it's
done.
not looking good for her. Like everything
sh
that's happened, she did a great job of making sure they didn't go into a lockout. But right now, the way like it is, you hear about the relationship that uh the players have with the commissioner, and it's just like, for example, Asia Wilson, she's like, the only time the commissioner has ever even talked to me is when she's handed me my MVP awards.
yeah, or a trophy, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Caitlin Clark was like, "Yeah, I have a great relationship with the commissioner, the NBA commissioner, Adam Silver. We talk all the time." Then I'm like, "Oh, so
It's
so
like,
much for Kathy Engelbert." So I
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna last after this season.
It's not happening. I'll be honest with you, it's not happening. Eventually they gotta make moves because right now you got your product is at the highest point, the high one of the hottest things out there, and you can't even cash in on it. You can't even cash in on it on your 3-point contest. Um, you know, have you watched like some of the promoting they do as far as like what channel it's on? Like it's just like I didn't even know it was on USA until like what was it like the last game before the finals. I'm like, when did it go on USA? I'm like,
This year, this
yeah,
year
but
they
I'm just
started
saying.
USA, and then I think
No,
they have
but
like CBS Sports, and then Ion is still one, and then ESPN has a day. But yeah, I know that the TV schedule is a little weird.
yeah, and they're just promoting it, just like the promoting of it. It's just like, how are you not promote? Like, I don't know. It's just like you should have like prime time games where you have Caitlin Clark against Asia Wilson, stuff like that. Like, it doesn't even seem like this is like she's trying. It seems like she's just like, okay, I'm gonna roll the ball out there and see what happens. Like, that's not the way this works. Like, you really need to put some power behind some of your better, teams and players in order to get this going. Like, I mean, when's the next time you're going to get this opportunity with this much backing and firepower that you have, you know, and you're getting more teams. It's not like you got these teams. You're getting more teams. The next couple of years, you're getting more teams. You need to start to ramp this up a little bit. Just, I mean, nobody knows that Philly got a team, right? They talked about it once. They're still not talking about it. They're not even promoting it.
Yeah.
Just not there. Not,
Well,
like
they
nothing.
still have Philly's team's not around for another 4 years, so you don't want to get the hype going too early and then
No,
let it
no, but I
fade.
mean, but you want to talk about it. You want to, there's things you can do, things you can put in place to have it
Right,
to
but
get the
again,
feel of that.
That's
it's
seveble years away, and
it's
then
still
I
too.
Lord
know.
only knows what happens. Like they could get pulled out of the deal and then end
No, no,
up
but
going
it's not.
somewhere
But it's not. But
else.
what I'm saying is not just Philly. They have other teams that they have will be coming within the next
Right,
year, within the next year, and they're not doing
but they're not
anything
doing
to.
anything with them right now because right now they need to focus on the two new teams that they just added this year in the Portland Fire and Toronto Rapid. So, or
Toronto
Tempo,
Rapid.
Tempo. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I don't know why. It sounds better than Tempo. I think Tempo is just a horrible name. I'm so sorry. It's so
It's
bad.
Toronto Tempo. Your ill grow on you.
It's it'll,
It'll grow.
it's
It'll
gonna
grow on you.
take some time because that is horrible. Um, but it, they have to focus on those two teams, right? They really need to focus on growing those two like they did with the Valkyrie, and then they can focus on those. What they have 4 new teams coming in the next couple of years. I think it is right, Kevin. I think it's
Right.
4. So 2030
Yeah,
is the next expansion that they have, or 2028. I think that brings back a
I
couple of
think
older teams.
2028 is
The
because
Houston,
you have Golden State. Then it's you have the two now. I believe it is Houston,
Yeah.
Detroit, and then I believe the year
Cleveland.
after is Cleveland, and then another year after is Philly.
Okay, so you have these four teams, and you want to focus on those next two because one is a rebrand of an old team,
Right.
and you're
They
moving
both
one of
are. They
yeah,
both are.
they both are, but you're also moving one of your franchises that has been around for years from Connecticut down to Houston to relaunch that organization. So you need
Yeah.
Yes.
to figure out how to do that rebranding and fix that. So that's all the big things. The Philly, they'll start looking at Philly probably in the next year and a half. They'll
Yeah,
start doing marketing and
but you guys get my point though. Like they're just it's just you're even with the two teams that they got in there now, the tempo and the fire. I don't see any type of marketing for them. I don't see anything promoting them. It's just,
Well,
you know,
they're not like they don't have any star power on those teams right now. So like if you're gonna put people on national TV games at the moment, you're obviously not gonna go with those two because well, you can make a case now with
for the
Marina
temp.
Mabrey because she's been
Yeah,
having a hell of a year for Toronto. But like for Portland, you don't have much star power there. So I think the W's trying to capitalize. Who do people want to see? They're gonna see that they want to see the main players. Kalen's pretty much all the games are on national TV. Paige is a hit right now. Paige and AZ in Dallas. Then you have the people that love Asia in Vegas.
mhm,
You want to kind of circle those three first. And of course, New York just won the championship like 2 years ago. Like, they're also going to be another team that people are going to want to see. So I think it's just a matter of like, they're not getting the exposure just because they're the new team that's like still trying to prove themselves.
yeah.
Because, like, for example, we would never see anything on the Valkyrie last year. And now the Valkyrie are coming up because they've proven that they're going to be a really good fan base. So
And I
right.
think Portland's going to get that too. I think
I agree. Portland's going to
Portland,
be really good. And even Toronto, like, they've been selling out their crowds. I think they're going to be on the up and up as well.
yeah,
Just gotta give it some time.
we'll get there.
Well, no,
All right.
yeah, but I mean, she just has to get it. She has to do a better job of promoting the league. That's my point. She has to do a better job of promoting
Well,
the league, which she's not
she's
doing.
not going to have a job
She's
at the
probably
end
not
of
going to
there, so
be able to do it anymore.
she
Yeah,
sucks. We all knew that. Adam Silver runs that league, and he doesn't do a good job of it either. They just need to have a commissioner that can step in and say, "Screw you. This is what we're doing. Here's the game plan." NBA follow along, or they are at the point where they could potentially break off from that NBA model that they have been tied to for years
mhm,
and do their own thing, which I think would be at the end of the day would be the best thing for them because they need to expand away from just how the NBA focuses on expansion and how they do it.
right,
The WNBA now needs to take a step in the direction of this is our league. We are running it our way,
right.
not being the little sister
The
to
NBA.
to the NBA. Right. That's what I think the next step. Um, which hopefully I would love for that to happen. I think it would be fantastic. I think the any basketball fan that's women's, men's, college, professional would be a fan of seeing that happen for them. I think that's next step, probably in the next couple of years. Once they get to a larger fan base, then hopefully have those conversations of nexting their deal with the NBA and taking a step away from that. But let's dive in because again, we are still a West Virginia podcast and we're still a baseball school until football season and basketball season roll around. Um, it's time for some blue and gold banter.
We haven't done this in a while.
I know. And there's a lot to happening. There's football, there's basketball, school's
Mhm.
almost back in session. My God, there's a lot happening, guys. And I don't even know where to start. I just don't. Too much happening at this point for West Virginia. Um, to be honest, like I don't even know. I would say football because it's a
You
month
have it
away.
there first.
It's
So,
it's also a month away.
month
Um,
away. When do they officially open?
September 5th, I believe is
No, like camp, like and all that stuff.
camp. It opened up this week, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm sure we're gonna start getting some Rich Rod press conferences and that he's gonna not tell us anything at all because they're probably gonna be a bunch of Yeah, it wasn't really that good of a day, guys. But I'm hoping it's not gonna be as many of those days like it was last year because that was expected with him taking over so late.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that it's a little bit more like, all right, we got a good team on our hands. Or start that are gonna be able to play our system. Lots of talk on Michael Hawkins and lots of talk of Cam Cook.
Oh yeah.
Our new running back from Jackson State. The real question that I think all of us are having is two, well, maybe three. One, did we spend too much money on the offensive line? Are we going to have a lineup that's going to be hold strong and be able to do what we got to do? Because we all know how abysmal the offensive line for our team was last year. Um, and then number two, who's gonna be the wide receiver that's gonna step up and like show that they can make plays? We got a bunch of guys that came and transferred in. Who's gonna be the one to make the plays? And then number three, do we have enough people in the backfield to defend the pass in the passing lead the Big 12 is? Um, and that will be remain to be seen. I just hope that we get good news out of camp. But it's exciting that football season is back because I feel like this is like the first year that I don't know like who is on the team.
Yeah.
I just like I it's just it's hard like within the last like 3 years it's been hard because I'll get attached to a player that I like this player. He decides to go get more money from another school. So it's like hard to like for me to like stay attached. I'm just like focusing on like coaching staff is still here and maybe like one player. But other than that, like that's it's like it's like if you think about when you're like in like high school or junior high, you're playing for like maybe a year or two, and then afterwards, like oh, that's it. Never see you again. Next dropped in.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, Kevin. I've been listening to as much West Virginia podcasts as I possibly can just to get to a little bit more insight on
Me
this
too.
team. I am excited for Hawkins. I'm excited for Cam Cook. I really want to see Scotty Fox take the reins for the offense because I think he was
I don't think he's gonna start, man. The way
well,
they keep talking, I don't think he's getting the start.
but
I
remember
think it's
last year
gonna
they
be
were talking about
Hawkins.
they were pumping up Nico like see he picked up the system, he hadn't understood it, and then we had the carousel of quarterback. So the last time I heard, you know, listening to a podcast with Richard on it, he basically said both quarterbacks could start, but that was a month or two ago. So
Mhm.
there's definitely development since then. Um, I'm intrigued. I'm happy that we spent money on the O line, but did we spend too much where our defense will falter, right? Did we spend too much on that end? But apparently, Zach Daly's Zach's defense is still crazy. Nobody, even the offense, when they go out there and do their scrimmages and practice, don't know what's coming. You know that they are blindsided by it. Um,
I would say this though, if you really think about it, maybe this is the year where you have that no-name team, and that no-name team makes makes puts a dent, and maybe they make a move to maybe get at the top of the standings because there is no star player. There's just a bunch of very good players that are just going to come out there and give 150%, and we're going to buy into the program, and sometimes you need those years where you just don't have those guys because it makes it that much easier for when you do get those guys. You see that
well,
everybody's buying in.
well, they also got the kid from USC, the wide receiver there, so that's good. They got a couple like a decent tight end. Of course, we got Cam Cook. Um,
Mm.
a hell of a lot better offensive line than what we had last year. But hey, we'll see. They're still projected to be one of the worst teams in Big 12. Um,
Yeah, everybody
but
keeps saying that it's gonna go through BYU and the
yeah,
Arizonas again.
probably.
So we'll see. I think,
But
the
I could
Big 12 is unpredictable though.
I could see us being that dark horse team where we may not we may have a winning record and we may only have a winning record by 1 win, right? We might just be above 500, whatever it is, right?
Mm,
Which to me is a successful turnaround from year 1 to year 2.
right.
We're also going to be the team that nobody wants to play.
Whoa,
Whoa, Kevin. Because
that's for crazy.
Rich Rod has the team that he wants
Right.
around him right now. This is what he is bread and butter at this point. He has the top running back in the nation from last year,
Mhm.
rushing wise and all of that in Cam Cook. He has put on a couple pounds. He's bigger. He's still faster than anyone else we have. So I think we're I think we're back to where we want to be. And we're going to be a team that either we piss everybody off and we lose by minimal amounts, or we're going to go out there and just throttle somebody. I think that's what this team is going to be. I don't see many blowouts unless I think we play BYU, I think, and we might play Arizona. Those could be blowouts just because those teams are really good. But again, it's all up in the air. We'll find out in a couple of weeks. We start off the
Now here's
season. Yes.
now here's the question: Are we going to a bowl game this year?
Yes. I believe so.
I believe so. I believe so. I agree so.
We're gonna
It,
go to the Coffee Bowl or the Cheez-It
we're
Bowl
we're going to go. We're
or
going to go to the. We're going to go to the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
no. We're going
no,
to the
I don't want to go to
Pop-Tarts
the
Bowl.
bowl. I would like the Pop Tarts Bowl because I think that would be cool. Or I'd even think like a Valero Bowl because that's like a
Mm.
classic bowl staple.
And of course, we open up the season with probably the biggest thing in West Virginia in years is September 5th, we retire number 5.
Hold on. I thought I heard something that they pushed that back
Not that I've
Did I?
seen.
I didn't see anything. I
because
thought they were.
Jaden Gray currently wears 5. So unless they're gonna do the ceremony and then he's allowed to wear 5 for the season and then he gets retired, because I heard speculation that because Jaden Bray didn't play last year and this is his technical last year, that they were gonna push this back. Let me know
Not
if you that's I heard that on a podcast somewhere. Or unless he's just gonna let Jaden Bray wear 5 and then just still retire the number, so after him this year, no one else is gonna wear it.
Yeah, I haven't.
Because
I didn't hear anything. It from all the stuff I was seeing, it seemed like he was still. They were still going to do it on the fifth.
Yeah, it's still September 5th because I'm getting a commemorative card because of
hell
being a
yeah.
season ticket holder and paying my tickets off before the end of the month.
So maybe it's just that Jaden Bray will be the last Mountaineer to wear number 5.
Probably. Probably.
Yeah, probably so.
All
Yeah.
right.
So
Shout out to
that
number
that makes
5.
sense.
I'll have to wear my Pat White jersey on that day somehow.
Then we have men's and women's basketball. They're in full swing with practices and individual workouts. We've all seen the highlights. Looking good men's wise, right? It's looks good on paper and on clips. We'll just have to wait and see in 3 months when they are on a court.
Yeah, we got a lot of talk on Miles Sadler. Everyone said he looks real good. Well, I don't want to like jinx myself or anything, but from what people tell me,
Hey, if
he
that
is the
kid,
real deal.
and then if we can get his cousin to come here and we can hopefully keep him to stay and not go to the NBA.
Yeah.
2 years from now, it might be real scary.
But that would be fun if he did be really awesome and ends up being a lottery pick to go to NBA, because that would help some stock. Because I can't. What, Javon Smalls, is he our last NBA player?
Yes. Yeah.
So it would be nice to see him. Cyrus is very giggly today.
I don't.
Yeah, yeah. It's his camera. That camera keeps doing the oddest times. Yeah, it keeps zooming past me
You
at
just
the
gotta
oddest
not pay
times.
attention to it and just let it happen. Watch as I go back, it's gonna zoom like right into my face.
Yep. That's probably what it's going to do. And then I know we're really old, but school's almost back in session. Kids are going to be back there. Morgantown's finally going to be back to what Morgantown is. And we will not be there this year. We will not be going to Morgantown.
That is very,
No,
very sad.
we'll,
Very,
we'll be
very
going.
sad.
We'll be going a lot further. But yeah.
Yes, we'll be going a lot further, but we are not going to Morgantown this year.
Sad face. Sad
It's very
face.
sad, but at the same time, we get to go to a fun experience um, in Charlotte. But we'll talk about that here in a second.
I
We'll
hope
run
that's a fun experience.
just stop. Don't say anything,
I'm
Kevin.
just saying.
Kevin?
Not saying a damn thing. Just let
Yeah,
my camera zoom into my face.
yep, yep. Let that happen. Well, let's do a quick rundown because we were talking about football. The NFL training camps have started opening up. I know the Patriots are armed camp, Steelers, Eagles, a few others, and other teams are slowly rolling out this weekend into next week. Um, Apparently, the Patriots have made Christian Gonzalez the highest paid cornerback in NFL history.
Hey.
It hasn't been signed yet, but apparently that's what Robert Kraft said, and Christian did not deny it. But he just said that he would like to keep that out of the spotlight. Um, but yeah, there's that for me as a Patriots fan, which I'm happy about because the dude is probably the best corner in the NFL, to be honest. Not being biased here.
One of the best corners, but I can get you in that. Yeah.
He made sure that Jigga was basically not doing anything in the Super Bowl. If we didn't have Christian Gonzalez, we are blown out
No,
By
I'm not
JSN,
denying that.
yeah, probably.
because those
I'm not saying
diving
that.
stops, like he made his money when he had that first little tip ball.
Yeah.
He made sure that he was getting paid after he tipped the ball and then did it again. He
Yes.
getting money.
So
He
you
gonna be
got
making some money.
there you go.
Um, Kirk Cousins is the number one on the depth chart out in the Raiders camp right now. Uh,
As
As he
as
should be.
expected, I think.
As he should
yeah,
be.
I agree. Mendoza's a rookie on a team with a very serviceable quarterback.
Mm.
I think people very much just kind of shun Kirk Cousins for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Um,
Him and
it
his
mi-
15 kids.
it might be the simple fact that I've watched the QB show or quarterback on Netflix a couple of times and he's been on it twice.
Yeah.
I kind of like him. I have no qualms with Kirk Cousins. I think he's
Me
a
neither.
cool dude, and he put into a really shit situation in Atlanta and
Yeah.
made the best of it. And now he's with the Raiders. And to be honest, I would rather have him behind center than Mendoza until
Until he get
Mendoza's
figures it out. I
right.
agree.
Yeah.
But will Mendoza figure it out is the question. We never know with these rookie quarterbacks. Um,
True.
Kevin, your quarterback is going to retire at the end of this year. How do you feel?
Oh, thank the Lord. Um, you know, it's just like, to have Aaron Rodgers, you expect to have a really good defense behind him. Our defense was not that good behind him. So the Steelers were just mid, as the kids would say. They're just mid, you know, show up to say that they're in the playoffs, and
hmm
that's it. So, we have Mike McCarthy as the coach. Not exactly my first choice as coach, as we have talked about on here. I think we talked about on here.
Yes, we did.
We
Um,
did.
if it helps Aaron Rodgers to play a little bit better, having him cool. I just would really hope that, you know, we can do something. But I don't know. My expectations aren't as high. I definitely think we can just still be over 500. But I need to see what the play looks like on the field first, because
You know what, Kev? You know what I need you to do? And Andrew, if you see this, you can put this in. You can put this in. I need you to RELA.
he wants me to relax.
Why? Why, Cyrus?
Why am I relaxing?
Yeah.
Because
He's talking about how Aaron Rodgers is a shit quarterback at this point, and Mike McCarthy is a horrible coach for this Steelers team, which I think majority of
no,
people would agree.
you don't get it. Remember that press conference where he's going, okay, we just need everybody to RELAX.
Oh,
Well, I
I
have
don't
no
remember
idea.
that press conference. I guess I gotta find it. But
You got to find
yeah,
it.
I will try my best to relax. I just it just like where the Steelers are, it's like purgatory because they're not horrible, but they're not amazingly good. They're just literally in the freaking middle.
I feel like
And
they've been
it's
there for
like
so long too.
for like the
Yeah.
last like 10 years. It's just like oh, like we can't get oh, there's the perfect zoom for that.
That was
That they
perfect.
can't
That was good.
get over the hump. Like I think who did we lose to in the playoffs? Was it Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Houston beat the crap out of us.
And
Showed
then
how
we beat
old we
Houston
are.
for you.
Appreciate it. But it's just like yeah, like I think we just honestly ever since Big Ben retired, we just couldn't get over like on how to get a quarterback. Because
Yeah.
let's list it. Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph. Then we went to Aaron Rodgers, and then who else was on the team after
There's been
Big
a
Ben?
couple, but I can't remember.
Yes, Russell Wilson, like
Yeah.
Justin Fields.
Justin
Justin Fields.
Fields.
Yep.
Like we just can't. We just can't get the right guy. So I just really would have them rather focus on a younger quarterback, like um the guy from Ohio State. Forgive me, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I would have liked him. Maybe even Drew Aller from Penn State, who we just drafted this year. Let's let him the reins or something. But I don't know. If I ask anything of Mr. Rogers, I would ask he not be the person who he had to deal with when he was in Green Bay.
Yeah. True. And then I know Andrew thinks his uniforms are decent.
Yeah, I seen him. It
Um,
was like a
I
pimp.
thought he
Oh
said
my
he didn't
God.
like them.
he liked the helmet.
Yeah.
My God.
I hate the whole thing.
Those things are putrid. Oh my
They
holy
are
God, those things are horrible.
ugly.
Not
Yes.
the helmet is cool, but the
I
jersey is extra gray. Does that
dude,
mean they're gonna be coal and that they're not gonna be like good in them?
I don't know. I have no idea, but like the gray
Do you know
looks like
what
it's a
they
high school
remind me of?
uniform.
Do you know what they
What?
remind me of? Do you remember? And it's just maybe Cyrus, you'll remember. Do you remember when the Dallas Mavericks had that silver uniform in the early
Oh my
2000s?
God,
Yes.
yeah. Oh,
This
that was
reminds
bad.
me evidently of this.
Ooh. Ooh, that
Ugly
was bad.
uniform for a good team for no
Oh,
fucking reason.
it was bad. And
Yeah.
it was like, and they were shining, like, and then those mouths,
Yes, they were
they were
shiny
shiny.
They were
silver.
I was
sign,
like,
but they weren't even like
oh,
silver. They were like such like a weird like chromish silver color. They
Yeah.
were
oh,
just gross.
And this is what that uniform reminds me of. It's just gonna be this ugly gray uniform. Like it's
Yeah,
gonna be ugly to look at on the
I'm
TV. I'm already
I'm
picturing it now.
I'm looking at it right now, and there are no good features to this uniform. I'm sorry, the helmet looks so stupid because like oh, it's just it wraps around. It's the red line that comes off of the bill. Like it okay, you could have done something really cool. Or you could just said, you know what, we're gonna do a gray uniform and we're gonna do a red helmet. Or we're gonna do a white helmet with the old school logo. Like, just keep it simple. Because you're the Bills. Nobody cares about this helmet. This helmet is, I think it's worse than the damn uniform.
The helmet you think is
I
worse?
think it's worse. I can't get behind any of it. I think it's,
well, look at it this way. Maybe they changed the uniform so that when it snows really bad, you can't see them at all. So maybe they'll win the game.
that's why they wear their all white ones that they got last year.
Yeah,
There.
I'm trying to think positively about what they could do with
No,
the uniforms. They're ugly.
they're very ugly. They are.
Sad face that they're really ugly, guys.
Andrew, we love you, but the uniforms are ugly, sir.
But he agrees with us though.
He does agree. He likes the helmet.
The
He did.
helmet, I feel like you take that helmet, put it with like maybe like a cool red uniform. That
I
would
don't
be
know.
cool.
I think it's just hard
Yeah,
for me to get away from the whole like the it just looks so weird with the wraparound on it.
I gotta look at this damn uniform.
looks like they got headphones. Looks like they got headphones
Yeah.
built into your helmet.
You know what? That's a good way to look at it. It's like it looks like this. It looks like this, right? This is what it is.
It just looks like
It looks like this, Kevin. I'm wearing the Bills helmet right now as we're speaking. I have it on.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So they're called the Nickel City uniforms.
what's it supposed to represent?
Cause like the Nick, cause like you know how you get the Buffalo wings, like nickel night for the Buffalo wings. That's
Oh,
they're
Oh,
trying, they're
is
trying to
that really what
yeah,
that's meant
they're
for?
trying to play yeah, they're trying to play on that. They're trying to play on that.
Let me see what the public says. New uniform. Let's see. Okay. The charge helmet. So Josh Allen says stop hating on the jerseys, guys.
yeah, he does.
They're symbolic of the new team's new era with a new stadium and head coach. Design honors Buffalo's industrial past and Nickel City nickname, inspired by the Buffalo Nickel and the city's mills and rail yards. So I don't think that had anything to do with the Nickel
Uh,
Knight, Cyrus.
uh,
No, that's
that was fun.
basically for the mills that
Yes.
we used to be
Wow.
there. Okay.
A literal blue collar pays tribute to the region's blue collar workforce, while Go Bills is stitched to the inside collar and the charging buffalo sits near the hearts. And they're going to be worn twice this season.
Okay, good for them. Hopefully it doesn't flop in their face. All right, so let's talk about the more fun thing. Anyway, we have our tickets to Charlotte, and guys, we are not sitting in the top of the stadium in the last row, and Kevin yelling at me because I bought the cheapest tickets, and he's
Yes.
pissed.
Thank fucking God. Because I already told Cyrus if you got us in like the 500 level,
I
I would
didn't.
have I would have told Cyrus him and I are gonna sit somewhere else and he can sell those tickets to make more money. Because I would not be able to do it. So I'm very proud of you. Shout out to the season ticket holder people for the gods listening to you for giving you.
Well,
I don't give a damn. We're in the end zone. I think it's gonna be a fun time in the end zone with all the West Virginia fans.
so
I'm
what
just
I
happy that we don't have to climb
when I
Mount
put in
Everest.
my request, it just basically goes based off of like how much you wanted to pay. And
Turn up.
I was like, all right, we don't need to spend the highest amount. So here, and it was like the bottom sections and then like the middle sections. So we wouldn't have been in the top of the stadium anyway. We
Bless.
would have been middle or bottom, and we are 18 rows away from the field.
That's so lit.
We're the closest we're ever going to be at a football game right now.
I love it.
You do, Mary. I just want to know what you've done is now made the drive a little bit more sweeter because now I don't have to hear him say because if you had
He'll
got
have
us like
something else
five,
to complain about. Don't worry. We'll give it
I
something
will.
else.
I will.
no,
Hold
no,
on.
you won't.
But I will say, Mayor, do we know anyone else going to the game, like friend wise?
Hey, do that.
Leland's not going. Adam Ho's not going. I don't know who else is going. I think we might just have to go find friends and meet people out there. But at the same
Hey, we
time,
got Cyrus. We won't have any problem with that.
that's true. At the
I make
same
friends everywhere
time,
I go.
we
Yes.
were like 2 miles, I think, from the stadium, from our hotel. We're not too far.
2 miles? I thought it was like a 10-minute walk.
10, all right, maybe a mile. I don't know. I said a mile or two
Cyrus, do you
miles.
remember how far we were? It's
It's
close. It's like walking distance.
it's in walking distance.
Yeah, it
It's in
was
walking
walking
distance.
distance. Um, Let me look it up. I think I looked it up before.
But look it
You
up.
did. I put it in the chat. I put it
I
in
know
the
you
chat when you
did.
asked me. Oh.
I'm very excited because now I can actually see. So the last time I was in Charlotte was when I was in high school getting a tour of UNC Charlotte, and
Ooh.
where our hotel was literally outside the window was Bank of America Stadium, and I wanted to go, but like I had to go to my tour, so I didn't have any time to go there. So this is really really cool for me to be able to go see Bank of America Stadium.
Oh, dude, the last time I was in Charlotte was fucking, I don't even know. college.
I love it.
We are right next to the Spectrum Center.
What's that?
That's where
That's where they
the
played that
that's where the
the
Hornets play.
Hornets
Where the
play. Yep.
Hornets play?
Yeah.
Oh, look at
We
that.
we are probably yeah, let's see. Directions. Add. Put that down there. All right. Add stop. Bank of America Stadium. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Um, do. Hold on. Let me scroll down. It's really not helping me here. Dude, why does this not like me? America Stadium.
Let me see if I can find the distance also.
I'll just do parking garage. It's close enough.
This is the Google Maps. Let's see. As the silence is during this podcast, Merritt is looking for the distance of where we are. I'm also going to look for this distance also. So,
As they look for the distance on how far to walk from our hotel to
Hey,
the stadium.
it's very important, dude.
I know it is. I'm just doing it in my announcer voice because we're trying to not have the silence.
That's all right. I
I
don't care
know.
about that. I don't care. I don't know why it's not liking me.
Okay. Search. Alrighty. Why is it not letting me either? Directions. Okay, perfect. Hold on. Let me reverse it. And then Bank of America Stadium.
It says it's 0.6 miles.
It is a 5 minute drive
So 15
Okay.
minute walk.
and a 20 minute walk.
Oh, I was right.
Look at that, guys.
Apparently I know how to pick stuff.
Well, there you go. Finally did something right,
I know,
Cyrus.
right? I know, right?
My
Look at
gosh.
that.
All right.
Bank of
Um,
America Stadium, guys. I can't believe we're gonna be there.
well, I know we have a country roads rant left, but I have nothing to rant about
Me
country.
neither.
Like I got
Me
nothing
neither.
to rant
Yeah, me
for
neither.
West Virginia because we haven't gotten there yet. Give me like another 2 weeks and I'll probably have something cooked up because football will be full blow and something will probably happen. So and it's also like 9:30 and we all wake up early and we're old. So
And
Kevin,
I gotta go cut. I gotta go cut my gray hairs off my face.
do you want to get us out of here so we can all go to bed?
Oh, you didn't ask me if I was gonna rant about anything. Good
You got a
damn.
rant? You got a rant? Do you have a
Um,
rant?
do I have a rant? What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? I actually don't this week, but it's like if I don't have one, then like when am I gonna have one? Because by the next time we record, it's gonna be like another like 3 weeks, and then what if I don't have one then? So,
You never
um,
know. There's a lot that can happen in the next couple of weeks,
That's
dude.
true. That's true.
that is very true. Um. You know what? I will pass on the rant today so I can do the outro and then I'll hopefully be ready. But I will say I gotta make sure, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, I'll save it for another day, but I don't really have anything that important to rant about.
All
Okay.
right.
Time for me to get us out of here, I'm assuming. Cool.
That's your job, yeah.
Okay, that is my job because that is what it is the only thing that I'm good at out here. So yes,
No, you're
Oh,
good
outro
at
Kev,
other
you're
time.
great
things.
at other things, Kev. You're great at other
You
things.
know, thank you so much. You know what? Here's my rant while I do the outro. So, first up, thank you guys for again listening in. This is episode 184,
Yeah, 84,
season
80 something like that. Yeah.
season 5 episode 15, right? Did I get that right?
Episode 15, yeah.
Episode 15 of
All right.
season 500 plus episodes. Thank you so much for listening in or watching on our YouTube. For listening, continue to listen to us on all streaming platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on the Google Play or Amazon Play, whichever one still exists. Feel free to continue to watch us on the YouTube at the Manly Musings Podcast. Make sure you follow us on the socials. You got Merritt's Instagram at Merritt_P. You have Cyrus Johnson Jr.'s Instagram at Cyrus Johnson Jr. You have my Instagram at KQuava624. Of course, feel free to follow the podcast Instagram and the podcast TikTok at the Manly Musings Pod. Lots of things happening this upcoming month. It's about to be August. That means closer to football season. That's also another month closer for High Rocks. So my rant is I really hope that my guys in the chat and Andrew, who will be listening to this chat, are getting ready as we have High Rocks in the upper New England area in October, which is really cool. I'm not going to lie. I tried to run this weekend in Vegas. I thought I was going to die. So I really hope you guys have also started to run.
Yeah.
So to help support that, because I'm gonna be very, very slow. I don't know. I just can't get with the running right now. I'll gotta figure it out some way, somehow. But I see Cyrus, he tags me in a bunch of posts and there's not a photo of me in there. So I just like those posts. But other than that, that was my rant, guys. I appreciate you listening. See you guys soon. Peace.